Talk about missing the mark over at Disney, right? This Ironheart show. Disney, you know, they try and be progressive, they try and be woke, and they do quite the opposite, right? And I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean by this. You got this brat character right here, Ironheart, which is probably the worst MCU character ever created, right? You got her going to Chicago, and one of the first things she does is she joins a gang, right? And they start sliding on the ops, and they start, stealing money. Right? That's what they do in this show. She joins this gang and they're stealing money. There's a scene, I believe it's the opening scene to episode 3, where they're celebrating with the money they just stole. They're making it rain. You can't make this up. And the gang, it's a bunch of they-thems. You got a they-them over there. You got a they-them over there. I mean, all of them. I think there's like one dude in this gang too. No, the leader, I believe he's a dude. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. But they tell us he's a dude, so he's a dude. There's another one, right? The sidekick of the main guy. And at the end of this episode, the sidekick, right? He gets taken out. He suffocates. And little Riri here, she could have saved him. She could have saved his life. But because she was undermining the leader, right? She was trying to steal something from him, and the sidekick knew. She lets him die so she can keep her secret. That's how terrible she is. Can you imagine Tony Stark doing this? Can you imagine any other MCU character doing this? But Riri does. So let's just go down the list. The show starts with Riri stealing from MIT. Right? They gave her a scholarship to go to MIT. Right? A full ride. And she steals from them. Then she goes to Chicago, and one of the first things she does is she joins the gang. And then she goes on to commit crimes with the gang. And in fact, she celebrates this. She talks about this. She calls people narcs, right, for trying to abide by the rules. She celebrates criminality, right? She celebrates her loot, literally swimming in the money. And then she lets one of her comrades die. I don't know what Disney is trying to do here. I don't know if they're trying to give us, an origin story to the next MCU villain, but this is not a hero, ladies and gentlemen. This is a terrible human being that absolutely nobody should look up to. Absolutely nobody. There is nobody redeemable in this show. Nobody. Right? You got the smartest one, or the hacker, or they, them. This is, I don't know what this is, but this RuPaul's Drag Race, apparently this person won. You got some twins in there that are chicks, but they're over there doing the suplex, doing the RKO on grown-ass men. Right? You got all this going on, and then you got little Riri over here, who's supposed to be the brains of the operation, right? She's supposed to be the smart one. Right? And she's over here making all these stupid decisions. Right? Like joining a gang, for example. You can't be a smart individual. You can't say, Disney cannot come out and tell us that this is like one of the smartest people in the world. Right, in the MCU, and she's over here joining a gang. And also, how tone deaf is Marvel and Disney, right? They have Riri here go back to Chicago to join a gang. I mean, do they not pay attention to what's going on in Chirac? Right? Do they not pay attention to what's going on with Little Dirk? I'm seriously waiting for the government to come down on this organization with a RICO charge. I think that needs to be season 2. Season 2 needs to be Chicago coming down with gang charges on this group. That's what we need to see. And then the music they choose. Right? There's a scene, they're showing the music, they're in a bar, and there is absolutely no drill. Why aren't they like, seriously, this show would be a lot better if when they're sliding on the ops, little Riri here and her compadres, when they're sliding, play some Chief Keef, play some Little Dirk, play some King Von. If they really want to make this work, I would actually enjoy this. If when they're sliding on the ops, committing a lick, as the kids call it, right? You hear Crazy Story by King Von. Like that would make this show a lot better if we heard some Chicago drill while they're over here committing a drill. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. But of course, Disney, they don't know what the hell they're doing. It is because of this reason you got this show doing this right here. Look at this Ironheart ratings in the gutter, absent from Luminate viewership charts. That's right. Absolutely nobody is watching this show. Nobody. I barely watched it. It was hard for me to watch because it's so boring. So boring. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think in the comments. This is my initial thoughts, by the way. I'm going to watch the next 3 episodes. Maybe I will get proven wrong. Maybe this show would actually be good. Maybe, you know. But someone seriously out there needs to re-edit this thing, you know, and put some put some little Dirk or something over, you know, when they're committing to, you know, these felonies. They're felons, these people. They're felons. I mean, I don't know who. How did Disney think that these are, like, they're like, oh, this is a little girl, a little Riri that little girls can look up to. You know, she's a hero. She's this. This is the first time we've seen this, a woman of color in an Iron Man suit. She's the smartest person ever, right? And they have her join a gang. I mean, how stupid are these people over at Disney, bro? How dumb. You know what I mean? She's the biggest criminal of them all. She's the biggest, freaking Kingpin is going to try and recruit her ass. I'm telling you, she might end up becoming one of Kingsman's, you know, cronies. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think down in the comments. And like always, don't forget, subscribe. Sensational.